If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
The Coach Matt Griffith Show brought to you by Collier Motors, and first region game of the year last week, and a nice win for Sylacauga over Springville. You led 33-10 at halftime. Jordan Ridgeway, you just turned him loose, didn't you?
We did. We've been waiting for that from Jordan. We really have. The first ball game that, and we won and won significantly, but it was one of the first games that we could remember that our B-back, which is our main back in our offense, did not rush for over 100 yards. And we kind of challenged Jordan. So, Jordan, we are known to always have a good running back. You can be this guy, but you can't do it not having 100 yards. You've got to challenge yourself. He got the very next week against Chilton County, he had 145 yards rushing. And then this week, I mean, he had a tremendous week. But I think a lot of that has to do with he's realizing his ability. But like I've told a lot of folks, we are very inexperienced up front. I think we're talented with not a lot of experience. And as the games go on, our offensive linemen are getting better. They're getting better a little bit every week. It's showing every week that they are getting better. And I think it's a little bit of both right there, that he's maturing as a player, they're maturing as players, and hopefully we keep getting better.
Well, Sylacauga with their first region win. You got to play a lot of kids last week.
Yeah, listen, that's two. I mean, we are 3-0, and that's two games that every single kid got to get in. And look, that's not going to happen as the year goes on. That's why you play those Monday night B-team games for those kids. But any opportunity that you can get those younger kids in, you cannot replace those Friday Night Lights experience. And it's a joy for those kids, and it's a joy for their parents, because, you got a lot of 9th and 10th graders that are paying their dues. They're not quite ready yet to play on Friday night, but they're practicing every day too. They're getting beat up by those older kids a little bit. So you got to get them in. And I tell you, I think we've won so long because we make a concentrated effort to develop those young kids as quick as we can.
3-0, ranked number 8 in the state of Alabama, Class 5A, and a very successful start so far.
Yeah, so far. You always, the biggest thing we've got to do is keep getting better, but our biggest worry is that you've got to stay healthy, and you can't control those kind of things. We're a little dinged up, not bad, but, our quarterback, Dalen Keith, he's nursed. Thank goodness it wasn't an ankle. It's high on his calf. And that's bothered him a little bit. Matter of fact, it was important enough. We held him out of practice yesterday. We're going to hold him out today. We've icing him every day just to try to get that leg back. And those are the things that you start to get concerned about. When you hit games 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that long period, can we stay healthy? Because I think we've got a good football team. It's got to keep getting better, but it's got to stay healthy.
A couple of the guys besides Ridgeway that kind of stood out last week.
I think we moved Ludell to A-back from Z, and we got a lot of productivity out of our A-back then. That was missing out of our offense. That was desperately needed. I thought Brady Davis had a big catch, and that's a hard-working kid. Up front, I think Austin Allen is our center. He made a lot of mistakes as far as moving the ball, maybe jumping off sides, but he's done a great job of blocking. We're just getting a lot, and I can't say enough about our defensive front and our Mike linebacker. That front and that Mike linebacker and that triangle, if we can get our two outside linebackers developed, we're going to be very tough to deal with defensively. Love my two corners. One's a sophomore and one's a junior. We call them our pit bulls because they don't know anything besides just go after it. And and you know what? We've got a really young, strong safety that got another pick. It would have been a pick six, and we did the cardinal sin and blocked behind the play. But the Malik Pope kid continues to develop. And I keep telling everybody, he's shining on defense right now, but they won't keep him long next year. He will be moved to our side of the football as a running back pretty quick by next year. Tremendous athlete. He's got to keep getting developed.
It's great to have kids who can multitask,
No,
offense or defense or both.
Absolutely. We had our big S Club alumni fundraiser the other night, and our basketball staff was there, our baseball staff was there, and I shared, when I got up to talk and introduce her, it's just one of those things of sharing multiple kids across the board in our sports program. Jordan Ridgeway is our main running back, and he is a phenomenal second baseman and shortstop. we have a history of that, and those things are very important to our school, and it's very important for parents to keep encouraging kids, because you don't never know. You know, TJ Green's in the pros. If you'd have asked TJ when he was a sophomore and junior what his favorite sport was, he'd said basketball. And he thought he was going to be a basketball scholarship guy. He gets his junior year going into senior year, and he's being recruited in football, and realized football was the better sport. So, you know, don't deny your kid that right to play multiple sports, because you never know what he's going to be best at.
Before we go to break, a lot of social media, a lot of mics in your face at a lot of times inopportune times, people trying to get a sound bite, and I kind of got a little amused Friday night when the mic in your face and you're answering a question, and it's like you're saying, move on to the next play. You know, it's the next play. You know, we're moving forward. We're not there yet. Got to keep playing.
That's right. That's right. Well, you know, everything spills down from the colleges. It really does. And it was unheard of 10 years ago to 14 years ago when I got here to be interviewed at halftime.
We used to do tape, you know.
Yeah, we sure did. And to be interviewed after a game, and you know, it gets to be tedious. It does, because you're trying to celebrate with your kids. But on the same token, people are trying to give you good publicity for your football program. It's good for the school. It's good for the community. So it's things that you need to do and you have to do. The hardest thing to do, it's easy to do when you're winning, is to be able to be the same person when you're losing and maintain that class. And that shows a character of a true football program when you can handle those losses as well. You know, but listen, if it's all good for our community and it's all good for our football program and our sports programs, we're all for it.
I've got Moody coming up, another region game on the road. We'll talk with Coach Griffith about that as we continue. Brought to you by the fine folks out at Collier Motors. That's Norman Collier and the folks out there. We got more with Coach Griffith right after this.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
We believe everybody should have a great night's sleep. That's why you have to check out our Scott Living mattress collection today. Quality, comfort, and a lot of Z's. Dream big.
Introducing Scott Living Mattresses. For a limited time, save up to $1,000 on any Scott Living mattress set, plus 24-month special financing. When you buy a Scott Living mattress set, now is the best time to save up to $1,000 on a Scott Living mattress set.
Come in today to check out these and many more great deals. King's Mattress Outlet, Sylacauga.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
We continue with Coach Matt Griffith. The Aggies 3-0, ranked number 8 in Class 5A, getting set to travel over to Moody in St. Clair County. And what about this Blue Devil team?
Stingy team, very well coached. It's just one of those things. I thought they played Etowah, which everybody knows. Etowah's ranked number 2. Mm-hmm. It was a 19-0 game, and they played their tails off. They've got a very good coaching staff, very well coached defensively. They get after it. Very, very tough kids that are doing what they're coached to do. So, you know, we're going to their place. Offensively, he's a 50-50 guy. He really wants to throw the football, but he's smart enough to know when he's not throwing well to run the football. They've got 2 really quick backs. So, you know, we've tried to get very well prepared this week. We're one of those teams that we don't feel that we're good enough to look past anybody. Mm-hmm. This team will beat us if we don't show up to play. They're a very well coached team. They're a very prideful team, and we've got to go into their stadium. And if you look back at the history, and we used to play when I first got here for a lot of years, that's always been a tough game for us. We've never blown out a Moody team ever, even when we were much better than they are. I think we may have a little bit more speed than they do overall, but we think it's going to be one of those four-quarter games.
Sylacauga 3-0, ranked number 8 in the state. How do you keep your guys' feet on the ground?
Well, we don't talk about it a lot. The only thing we do say is this about being ranked, and we've been ranked before. We've never been ranked this early. It's just one of those things that it does not count. Being ranked in the top 10 in 5A does not get you in the playoffs. It does not get you a winning season. It doesn't do anything for you besides get your name out in the state. I think it's a good thing because I think it's something for the community to be proud of. I think it's something for the school to be proud of. But we try to stay focused. It doesn't matter. You've got to win region games to get to the playoffs. You've got to win games to have winning seasons. And if you don't make it to the playoffs, then you don't have any shot to win a state championship. And so that class ranking does nothing. Besides, it does give you good publicity, and it's something for the kids to be proud of.
Special teams, including the kicking game. We saw it last weekend. Alabama missed a couple of extra points, and they made a change. And so, it's very fluid. You're spotlighted right there. What about the special teams, Sylacauga?
Well, special teams, we continue to work hard on our special teams. You got to remember, we've got a brand new field goal kicker that has never played football since the 7th or 8th grade. When he played in 7th and 8th grade, he was a receiver. He was not a kicker. He's still learning how to kick, and I still think he does a tremendous job kickoff-wise. We're doing a good job extra point-wise. I think we missed one. We just didn't do a very good job. We attempted a field goal, and he got a little nervous, and he just didn't kick the ball well. But I'm telling you, he's got a big, strong leg. He's a really good kid. He's going to continue to get better. Brady Davis is a brand new punter, but Brady has done a phenomenal job. We don't punt much, and we hope we keep it that way. But when we do, I think we've done a very good job of that. Biggest thing is it's not just your two kickers. We've got to get our kickoff coverage have to get better, and our kickoff return has got to be a weapon like it was last year. I don't think people realize we averaged about 30 yards per turn on kickoff return last year. We've got to get back to that. Now, I'll say this, we're not averaging that because people aren't kicking to us. They're sky kicking, they're kicking to the two tight ends to keep the Ridgeway and a Malik Pope and a Ludale from getting it. So, but special teams are very important. We always feel we have the edge in special teams a lot of times when we play some of these schools, and it can be a weapon. I think we've done a great job punt return-wise this year of getting yardage and fielding the ball. So it's important because it's field position.
All right. Good luck tomorrow night.
All right, thanks for having me.
Sylacauga on the road to Moody. The Aggies 3-0, ranked number 8 in the state. Coach Griffith will be back with us again next week as they get set for homecoming a week from Friday night. Collier Motors presents the Coach Matt Griffith Show on TV 47 of the Alabama Cable Network.